All right, here we go. Adonys Guzman. Let me get my stopwatch up here. All right, coming up in three, two. Arizona Baseball opening up a three-game home Big 12 series against Oklahoma State here tonight. First pitch coming up at 6:05. Let's talk some Wildcats baseball. Pleased to be joined by the catcher on this year's team, Adonys Guzman, off to a hot start at the plate as well, hitting 355 on the year with 4 home runs and 25 RBIs. Right now, that is third on the roster. Adonys, how are things feeling for you at the plate right now this season?
Great, great. Thankfully, been seeing the ball well, been sticking to my routines and my process, and letting the results take care of themselves. So far it's been great, but we still got a long way to go, and planning on continuing what's been going on so far.
I know one of the things that the coaching staff has kind of reiterated about you is that you've been more consistent this year. Just kind of walk us through where that consistency is coming from in your daily routine to what you're taking out there on the field on game days.
Yeah, just sticking to my process, my routines every day, doing the same thing each and every day, just creating that consistency on and off the field, I think has helped my performance on the field. Going into this offseason, I really wanted to build something that I knew I was comfortable with, and come game time, I knew I felt ready and I'll be ready. So that's what I worked on heavily this offseason, and I built a great routine for myself, great drill works I have. And yeah, thankfully they've been working, so planning on sticking to them.
Adonys Guzman, catcher for the Arizona Wildcats, is our guest. So when did you start playing catcher? How early in your life?
First position when I was 6. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What made you go behind and put the equipment on?
So actually, funny story. My best friend's grandfather, we're going to the field one day, first time playing with this new team, and he was like, "Oh, you kind of have a stocky build, wider back. Throw on some gear." And from that day on, I've been a catcher, just like that.
It's awesome. Mm-hmm. Out of Valley Cottage, New York. Whereabouts is that in New York State?
It's a suburb, Rockland County. But I grew up in the Bronx most of my life.
Okay.
I lived there from when I was, 4 till 17
Oh, wow.
years old. So, yeah, I spent most of my time there, and I moved out there my senior year of high school. So it's been great, but I'm a Bronx kid.
Big Yankees fan growing up?
Big. My father actually owned a pizza shop called Big Papa's,
Wow.
2 blocks from the stadium, so I was always around. Always saw the fans coming to Yankee Stadium every day. I got to go to a whole bunch of games. I even got to play a couple times in Yankee Stadium, so it was great growing up there. And yeah.
How old were you the first time you got to play there?
13, 14, and 15.
Wow.
So I got to play there. They do this tournament called the Borough Cup. The mayor sponsors it, and the best 2 teams end up play the championship game in Yankee Stadium, and my team was able to do it 3 years in a row. So.
All right, tell me about the first time you walked out onto that field and what that moment was like for you.
It was crazy. Well, yeah, I don't even know how to explain it. It was insane. Dream come true for sure, but I also knew I was only 13 years old, and my end goal is to be there in the big league. So, still a long way to go, but it was great for sure.
All right, who are your favorite Yankees growing up?
Ooh, favorite Yankee of all time? Probably Alex Rodriguez. I know it's a bit of a iffy one, but he's been my favorite player since I can remember. I love watching CC Sabathia pitch.
Oh, wow.
Andy Pettitte, Jorge Posada, Derek Jeter, obviously, the core 4, Mariano Rivera. They were great competitors, and they won a lot. And that's what I saw a lot growing up, and I saw how they went about things and how they played on the field. Never heard Derek Jeter complain once after a game or anything like that, so it was very inspiring, and that's why they're my favorite players.
Joined by Adonys Guzman, catcher for your Arizona Wildcats. Started out your college career at Boston College. What made you decide to go there? And then when you were looking for a second stop, what brought you out here to Arizona?
Boston College, one of the main reasons why I went there is because I had a great relationship with the head coach at the time, Coach Gambino. It was also close to home. It was convenient. But after my freshman season, we had a really good year there, and all the coaches parted ways with the school and went their separate ways, so I decided to enter the portal. Coach Vance, who was our pitching coach there at the time, reached out to me. He said he felt like this would be a great spot. I trusted him, and thank God I did.
So what have you been like coming out here now? This is obviously really far away, different environment, desert versus the big city. What have you come to find that you like about the life out here in Arizona?
I've loved it because it's a lot less stressful on a day-to-day basis. I feel like I have more time to myself. I can move around a little more, have my own car, something that in the big city my freshman year I wasn't able to because there's no parking, and if you buy a parking spot, it's like $2,000 a semester. So,
Wow.
yeah, it's been great so far. I've loved every second of it, and I'm very, very thankful I made the decision.
Adonys Guzman joining us, catcher for your Arizona Wildcats. Now you mentioned obviously you've been a catcher pretty much your entire life. How have you kind of developed your skills? What are some of the techniques that you work on daily to make sure that you're the best receiver that you can be, the best at throwing out base runners that you can be, and working with your pitchers?
Blake McDonald, our catching coach, he was on the team last year, who's a catcher with me as well. We just do a lot of reps every day. At this point, we all know how to catch a baseball and how to throw a ball, so we're just keeping doing the simple things as best as we can daily to obviously maximize our performance and be the best we can be once we hit the field. So, yeah, just a lot of reps off the machine, throwing a lot, just doing the simple things over and over again to perfect our craft.
I haven't seen your numbers in terms of caught stealing. You got good numbers this year in terms of throwing guys out.
Decent. I think I can do a lot better. I think I have a really strong arm. Yeah, I mean, it's been fine so far, but I think we still have some improvement there to be made, and I know I can because I feel like I have a very strong arm. So,
what's that for you? Is it release? Is it timing? What's the next step you need to take in terms of base runners?
I think my times are very good. I think it's just being a little more consistent in accuracy, being able to throw the ball on top of the bag every single time, regardless of where the pitch is or any other circumstance. Just being very accurate in where I place the ball. So, like I said, I feel like I have a strong arm, and sometimes it can carry away from me or run a little, which is normal. It's baseball; it's gonna happen from time to time. But like I said, just trying to be as perfect as I can in terms of where I place the ball.
Adonys Guzman joining us, catcher for your Arizona Wildcats. You guys have been playing right now without Brendan Summerhill in the lineup. How is that from the standpoint of the offense? How have you guys tried to pick up where his absence is right there in the lineup?
Yeah, he's a big bat. As everybody knows, he's one of our best players, exciting players. He can do a lot on the field. So it's hard to replace that, but we have full confidence in our locker room and everybody in there to be able to step up and not technically fill his shoes and do what he does, but do their own thing and be able to produce runs for us and create wins for us. So it was tough at first, for sure, losing a player like that. But like I said, we have full confidence in everybody in there, and we never second guess or question anybody's ability to go out there and perform. So we just next man upped it.
I know Chip said last week that you'll probably do the majority of the catching. He wants to keep you in the lineup. How have you tried to make sure that your stamina is right being out there every night?
Just doing the little things, weight room, taking that very serious on a day-to-day basis, stretching and doing the small things that may get overlooked and everybody knows you need to do, but just actually sitting down and doing them and taking care of business on that side, making sure my arm feels good, my body feels good, my legs especially, ankles. So, yeah, just doing all those small things that will help me stay on the field every day.
You mentioned that your dad had a pizza place. Does he still have the pizza place?
Unfortunately, no. He sold it after about 4 or 5 years of having it, but it was great.
All right, so what was your favorite pizza that the shop made growing up?
Well, I can never go wrong with a cheese slice, but I also like the margarita slice they had.
Margarita slice?
Yeah.
Well, tell me about it. I've never heard of margarita slice before.
I don't even know what goes on it, but yeah, it was great. And I get a kiwi Snapple, the pink ones, and yeah, that'd be my dinner almost every night. So it was great.
Kiwi Snapple. Outstanding. What are some of the things that you like to do away from baseball?
There's not much. Yeah, maybe play some video games with friends, hang out with friends here and there whenever we have the time. But I mean, baseball takes up a majority of our time and our life, and it's what I signed up for. So I'm grateful for it and I love it. But yeah, I don't really do much off the field.
All right. So what do you think of this year's Yankee squad?
It's gonna be tough. We lost a big piece, but I mean,
yeah, Soto.
Yeah. We're the Yankees, so they're gonna have to find a way to win, and everybody expects them to win. So I'm sure they'll figure out a way to do it.
What do you see when you look at a guy like Aaron Judge?
How does he do it? Yeah, it's just incredible. He's 6'7", 280 or whatever, hits home runs, doesn't strike out, has a great knowledge of the zone and what he wants to hit and wants to do. So he's super consistent as well. So yeah, it's admiring and inspiring for sure, but wondering how to get to that level one day.
All right, outside of Jorge Posada, who are some of the other catchers currently that you like to watch?
Currently, William Contreras from the Brewers. I like him a lot.
Yeah.
My favorite, like besides Yankee, was Yadier Molina. But right now, probably William Contreras is my top one. I like how he has a great bat, strong arm. He's a leader out there. Yeah, it's probably my favorite one right now, William Contreras.
Adonys Guzman joining us, Arizona Wildcats catcher for this year's team. Did you play any summer ball last year?
Yes, sir, on the Cape Cod.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Cape Cod. What was that like?
It was a little bit of a struggle. I went there my freshman year as well and had a little bit more success, but it was a little hard. I don't know to this day why, but I'm glad it did happen, and I've grown from it tremendously, but it was a little bit of a struggle.
What was you said this was your second summer there? What's the setup like? Is it like what we hear about, what we see about in the movies? You stay with host families and all that kind of thing?
Yeah, stay with host families. I still have great connection with my host family to this day. They were actually out here a couple weeks ago for a weekend watching.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, watching our Cincinnati opening weekend. But yeah, it's great. Great people, great players, great fields, great scenery and things to do off the field. But it is hard. You have the best of the best in one place playing every day after a long season. And, yeah, you have to be ready for it for sure.
What's the toughest pitch for you to hit?
Ooh. In my head, I like to say none. I mean, but the toughest one probably right now has been a righty changeup, which you don't see too often. But a guy who's able to locate that pitch very well is tough to hit for sure.
All right, outstanding. Adonys continued success with this season. Oklahoma State, big series this weekend. Looking forward to seeing the Wildcats as you guys make a run for the Big 12 title.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you.
Adonys Guzman from the Bronx, New York, your catcher for the Arizona Wildcats. Cricket is getting you home every 20 minutes on the fives with your traffic and your weather.
Thank
awesome, man. Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Got any love for Oscar Wells?
I should have. I forgot. But,
exactly. I forgot about that, too.
yeah, I should have said that one.
I'm a Giants fan, man.